Hey everyone, my name is Deja Moore, she, her, Aya. I identify as an Afro Hispanic woman of trans experience. I really like to advocate for myself and also my sisters of trans experience and their needs in public health, really to improve like our overall health and like well-being. And a lot of my work involves HIV prevention efforts. And so I do serve on like the Denver HIV Resources Planning Council, which is awesome because that's a great experience for me to be able to advocate for our needs in HIV, but then also through the Colorado HIV Alliance for prevention, care, and treatment. And as that like community member as well, I'm able to give a different perspective to the Alliance in regards to our needs as well. In a lot of ways, I think I celebrate and affirm my womanhood by educating others, like I mentioned about like my life experiences. But then also, I really love my femininity. So a lot of that has involved like my hair, being Afro Hispanic, really understanding like my Afro roots and what it means to be Hispanic as well, and being able to like express that through like my clothing or my jewelry or just even when I do my makeup as well. So that's another area where, I find a lot of joy and opportunity in. For myself, outside of just kind of my advocacy, I do a lot of like sexual health work. And so I'm a sexual health educator for K through 12 youth. And some of my passions outside of just like work involve me singing or laughing. I love laughing. So whenever I'm like told jokes, if I find them hilarious, that often involves me laughing about that. And, I love watching Netflix too and spending time with my boyfriend. My boyfriend has been such a pivotal piece of just my life and as a major support system for me. So I find so much joy and love for him, and I love him as well. And I think my friends and our two dogs, LG and Bear, and also our two cats, Midnight and Lunar, they are like our kiddos. And so a lot of that just really helps support me and kind of like my motherhood in a way, but also just my love for just my support. What I would say is, in terms of our needs as trans folks and as for gender expansive folks as well, it's really important that we have access to gender affirming healthcare. And the reason being is because we want to live authentically as ourselves and really have the medical needs to be able to do so. And so I think back to when I was first, transitioning as well, like it was so important for me to be able to have my hormones because it allowed me to be able to see those physical and emotional and psychological changes within my body of me becoming more of myself as a woman. And without that, I wouldn't be able to be in the world living authentically and living happily as myself because I wouldn't have that means and access to it. I also would say too, having access to like gender affirming surgery has been so amazing as well. I had so much like cognitive dissonance in seeing my body and it not representing how I feel as like a woman. And so after having bottom surgery, that was so amazing to be able to experience like having a vagina for the first time and being able to experience like discharge. And I experienced like bleeding as well for a bit. And so a lot of that really gave me more acknowledgement for who I am as a woman. And I think also really showed me that, it's really my self-awareness and love for myself is what's going to get me through life. And so, yeah, gender affirming healthcare really is a lifesaver. I really felt really depressed without having access to, to hormones or even being able to pursue surgery. And, and I think in a lot of ways too, that's what it feels like for a lot of my sisters as well that may go that route, is in their transition, they want to make sure that they have access to whatever it means to be able to be their authentic self. And if that means passing as, as a woman in public, that's what, they may want to pursue. But if it's not to, it's again, just being able to live authentically as themselves. And what I would encourage other trans folks or gender expansive folks to do is really seek like a queer affirming doctor because I think that's so important to be able to find a physician that's really going to advocate for your needs and make sure that you get the best care possible. And so for me, you know, like Denver Health has been a great institution and has, you know, an LGBTQ plus like health center. And that's been really affirming for me to feel safe also in being myself. And even when I was first transitioning, being able to feel like I'm not going to be judged in this space and really feel heard. So that's something that I would encourage you to do. But I hope this is really helpful for you all, and thank you so much for listening and taking the time just to hear about my experience as a woman of trans experience in Colorado. So thank you so much, and thank you. Bye.